Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for my Virgos. Hope this reading finds you happy and healthy and enjoying your journey to becoming more and more yourself. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to a group session where I'll be doing a group tarot reading and then a healing and clearing of energies, of any blocks. I did a reading to see the time and the date and what I would be looking into. And I got March 6th, Thursday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's $25, 1 hour. I'll be doing a group tarot reading and then doing a group healing, clearing whatever blocks around base chakra and solar plexus chakra. Base chakra deals with the physical world, your physical body, abundance, stability, security. Your solar plexus chakra deals with your seat of personal power. Anywhere you're carrying fear, anywhere you are carrying beliefs of your limitations or that things are difficult. How to empower yourself. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'll put a link in the description box, Transformational Group Sesh. It'll take you right to my book online page and you can sign up. So, all right, let's get to your reading. Anything more for the overall energy? No? Okay, in what's hidden, thank you. What's in outcome and advice? Wow, that was interesting. How dramatic. Okay. The overall energy of this reading, the devil came out in as a challenge, sideways. So it looks like we're talking about addictions, obsessions, trauma bonds. When people are codependent, they both have needs, that they need the other person to provide for them. They don't feel that they can provide whatever this is for themselves, and it keeps them needing someone outside of themselves. So, all right, it looks like why it's coming out as a challenge is maybe I'm talking to someone who's challenged by trauma bonds, by addiction, obsession, codependency. So let's take a dive. Let's look. What does the viewer? Okay. Empress, Ace of Cups in reverse. Empress, very loving, nurturing. Okay, what I'm getting here is the foundation, what created this energy that makes codependency, trauma bonds so difficult. Why these issues are such a challenge. It looks like it's a mother wound. It looks like you were raised to believe that this is love. Ace of Cups in reverse. That you need to give from an empty cup. That there's something about you that you don't have value. There's something inherently, it feels like this person, how you were raised was to believe that you're not this. Inherently loved, cared for. That you happiness, wisdom, It feels like you were raised in believing that this is love, that you need to overgive. You need to make everybody else happy. You need to fill everybody else up. Okay. I also, the way the Empress is showing up with her back turned, feels like you might, your mother might have been very cold, neglectful, just distant. It feels like you're not getting love, you're not getting nurturing, you're not getting care. I'm not trying to blame anybody in this reading. It feels like we're just trying to get to an understanding. And it feels like how you were raised is you were neglected. Your emotions were neglected. You were raised to believe that you didn't have inherent value, that you needed to give to others. All right. What else would help the viewer understand this devil reversed or in a challenge position? There's also the environment in which you were raised. Maybe the masculine energy does not feel grounded. It feels like maybe your father or whoever played that father role, very inconsistent. So you've got a cold, distant mother making you feel unworthy, unvalued, that you need to give, you need to care for her. And so you might have, there's parentification here. As an infant, as a child, like you had to deny your needs, your feelings, your emotions, and center your mom's. Feels like your dad was inconsistent, more like a player. Okay. It feels like this is just someone hot and cold, going after shiny objects. The father figure. It feels like this is someone kind of in a perpetual state of immaturity. They can't learn anything new. There's also this dynamic, your mom showing up as the Empress with her back turned, where the father energy is a Knight of Wands. Someone more interested in conquests and going after desire, pleasure, enjoyment. There's an immaturity here, and so it makes it difficult to be mature, to see things from a different point of view. And communication, this feels like this could be a very charming person, but they're just so inconsistent. And it feels like over time their immaturity really shows. They don't want to grow, they don't want to mature. Wow, this feels so specific. So it looks like what I'm talking about and who I'm talking to, if this resonates, that your childhood, being raised in this way with parents, and again, I'm not trying to assign blame, I'm trying to understand. So you could understand this. So this isn't about blaming, because those with without sin cast the first stone. So I'm not trying to assess blame. I'm just trying to create understanding. Okay, we've got Queen of Wands in reverse. This is my third party. And that definitely feels like a father who's more fiery, passionate, going after shiny objects. Yeah. Oh my gosh. These are both my third party cards. So there might have been a lot of betrayal and heartbreak in your parents' relationship. Wow, this feels so specific. As I'm looking at this masculine is not a match. It's a knight and an empress. And somehow this knight can recognize that they can never be an emperor to this empress. They're never going to mature into that role. So it feels like they use third parties. It's just so heartbreaking. High Priestess is also coming out as a challenge. Why is the High Priestess a challenge? Oh, okay. Okay, what I'm getting here is that it looks like the masculine energy creates an illusion, a fantasy that's not real, a fantasy that feels so good, in agreement. Yes, I have everything that you desire. Feels like the masculine saying this to the feminine, and the feminine goes off into this fantasy, into a feeling state and space, romanticizing, fantasizing, ruminating, trying to stay in this feeling of, oh, I feel so loved. I'm so loved. So this is hooked on a feeling. It looks like the masculine's able to create a mirage, and it's not real. It's not grounded into reality. And so the feminine can't utilize her intuition because it's a fantasy hooked into a fiction of a relationship. Okay, this is a lot. Okay. It looks like, so justice is coming out. What I'm seeing, it looks like the feminine who tries to leave this relationship, this toxic, codependent way of being, trying to create justice, the masculine just can't have it. Can't have okay, so it feels very difficult to leave this relationship without the masculine energy trying to block and create all sorts of havoc. This masculine's so immature and in their ego and in their mother wound. They can't break up like a normal person, like, hey, this isn't working. Yeah, this isn't working. It's so sad, work through. This is someone who creates illusions to trap their empress, creates illusions to trap third parties. This person lives in illusions, fantasy. It's not reality. This person is a liar. And if someone decides they don't want to be a part of that, they want to set themselves free, they need to destroy They can't just go away and allow, there's something in their ego that the feminine can't go away on their own. Okay. A lot of grief, a lot of sadness, a lot of need to bring balance. I'm still getting that the masculine, even after, if your parents did separate, if they did divorce, I could see if they didn't, why, and if this resonates, because it feels like it's dangerous to leave this type of connection. To leave this type of connection for the feminine energy, to leave this type of connection, it's dangerous. It's not just, it's scary because of the mindset of this type of masculine. Doesn't want anyone to be able to survive without them, can't handle their ego. All right, let's look into what's hidden. Chariot, Temperance, Ten of Pentacles, Emperor, Queen of Swords in reverse. Chariot is moving on, making moves. Patiently making moves and alchemizing energies as you go to create your happily ever after. A legacy, an inheritance. Oh, you are a generational curse breaker. I wondered why this main energy feels like it's about your parents and not you. So in what's hidden is you're the generational curse breaker. You're moving on from this way of being. You might have experienced this way of relating in your personal relationships. But it looks like you're willing to alchemize, to see it. And it looks like by your willingness to see this type of relating, you're willing to make the moves to move away from this type of relating, to alchemize and shift the energy, and that's your legacy. At least that's part of what I'm perceiving can be your legacy that you're leaving behind because of your willingness to take the lead. Empress showed up in the overall energy, and now we've got the Emperor willing to take the lead and create something new. Queen of Swords in reverse. What's Ten of Pentacles coming out as a challenge for the Queen of Swords in reverse? Who's the Queen of Swords in reverse? How can we recognize who this is? This is someone who's Lovers coming out as a challenge as well. Yes, this feels like I'm talking to someone who had some internal confusion. Queens, if they're not representing a feminine energy, to me it's feminine as in internal, masculine outward actions. And so this feels like internal confusion, misunderstanding around relationships and how to relate to others. And again, it looks like it's been a challenge for you to turn this around, to recognize what this activity is and that this does not lead to soul fulfillment. You might have kind of repeated some of the patterning from your parents. What else do we need to know? What would be helpful for my Virgos out there? Boy, broken contract. All these cards are coming up as a challenge. Yeah, for some of you, broken contract, it's Hierophant and coming out as a challenge. Taurus energy. We've got Cancer, Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn. We got everybody here. Libra, Sagittarius again. Pisces too. It's pretty much everybody. All right, so anything that would help? Thank you. Some of you have a child, small child reverse. So this is, it looks like you are changing the game, changing how you perceive. So the next generation will have their own things to overcome, but not this is what I'm getting. There's like the buck stops here type of energy. Anything else about the broken contract that would help the viewer? I just got rich man, small child reversed. All right, let's move on, Virgo, to the outcome and advice. Ace of Swords. So we've got 3 aces in this reading. We've got the Ace of Cups reverse, the Ace of Wands reverse, and the Ace of Swords upright. Okay, what do the Virgos that are watching need to know? Hey, Virgo, you're showing up in your own reading. That means you can take control of, utilize these energies. All right, Virgo. It looks like you willing to go alone, journey by yourself, has allowed you to come to an enlightenment, see things from a different perspective by your willingness to go be alone. And it looks like what has lit up your lamp, your enlightenment, is the truth, clarity, justice, victory, more victory. So you've got victory in that lantern, lighting your way. This feels lovely. It feels like you understand. You can see things. You can see the conditioning, the programming, the way the wounds have affected you, the way your parents' way of operating and relating, be in relationship, affected you. Again, not for blame, but so there's a possibility for a greater understanding. Yes, not judgment, not to judge people. But, perfect cards. Judgment. A calling. This angel is calling these people out of their coffins. Their coffins are too small, too cramped. The angel's calling them to a new life, a new way of being. that's much bigger, that's divinely guided. There's awakening. It feels like I am talking to someone who has gone through quite a journey to come to this understanding about their life, the truth of what's been going on, so they can make those changes, heal from generational trauma, and create something different, a new way of relating, a new way of being, where you're no longer Two of Swords in reverse confused, where you see, where you have clarity, where you recognize where you might have been in this or that thinking. Now you're like, there's a whole other way to see things that's different than how you were raised. And it looks like with the Ten of Wands in reverse that you're really close to letting go of these burdens, letting go of family burdens, of generational trauma burdens, and ready for a new way of being, new way of relating. Wow. All right, Virgos, I hope that's helpful. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all your comments, likes, shares. I would love to grow this channel and invite more people to this channel. So every time you comment and share, and then there's this hope that more and more people find me and find these messages if they're helpful. So thank you. Take care, Virgos. Bye.